Good afternoon, everybody. Excuse me for a sec. AW here, in order. It's 3 o'clock Eastern Time, my time, Toronto, Canada. Episode 4, She-Hulk spoiler review. This is a Wednesday, so I have to do this today before the next episode comes out, which is tomorrow. And an update on that, once I do this review, episode 4 spoiler review will be done. Tomorrow, I will be doing an episode 5 non-spoiler review that will be going as a video, not a stream, as a video. So once I see the episode, I'll be making it and I'll be uploading it to this account. And also, I moved my D23 recap showcase, whatever disappointment. We'll talk about whatever the video games, Marvel, DC, Pixar, whatever, not DC, Marvel, Lucas, the video games, other stuff tomorrow from 4:30 to 7 p.m. because of stuff in the afternoon, which will be tomorrow night, and also tomorrow on my sports channel, NFL predictions for week 2. Hi, George. So once again, tomorrow, episode 5 of She-Hulk non-spoiler review will be a video. Once I see the episode, I'll be making a video. I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes long, maybe even shorter. Once I see the episode, I'll be making a video and I'll be uploading tomorrow. Also, NFL predictions for week 2 will be uploaded tomorrow. Not on this channel, once again on my sports channel. And also my D23 recap will be moved to 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And then Friday, I'm making a video for Friday for my wrestling related channel. And Saturday, I haven't made this yet, but Saturday we're definitely doing episode 5 of spoiler review for She-Hulk episode 5. The reason I didn't do this past Saturday because of the Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm presentations, and I regretted it because I felt like I could have done the She-Hulk review this past Saturday, but I have to get it out before tomorrow, right? So welcome aboard, guys. This is She-Hulk episode 4 spoiler review, and yes, my title, I did a title on purpose. Wong and Madisynn, the new it couple of the MCU of Marvel. Are they the biggest couple of the MCU? I would say it's trash. I just say it wasn't. Like, I think we got overhyped. But this is a new it couple, Madisynn and Wong. Are they the new it couple of the MCU? The biggest couple. I know, good to see you, man. This is the biggest couple, the most famous couple in the MCU. Is it brewing here between Wong and Madisynn? Wong needs some love, right? Okay. Yes, Madisynn needs a spinoff, and the actress is having a blast with it. The actress's name is Patty Cunningham. She's having a blast with Madisynn. Like, if you check her social media accounts, Instagram and Twitter, she's having a blast with that character. Oh yeah, much better. I do hope we get to see more of her in MCU, or in this, at least in this series, right? I mean, did I send the link? Okay. All right, just a minute. I'm just sending links. Who doesn't love She-Hulk twerking? The only people that don't like She-Hulk twerking are those people we always talk about, and who also don't like She-Hulk twerking? Very, very non-masculine men. Men that cannot handle that stuff. And you know what I call men like that? Weak. The sus. Weak. I call men that cannot handle that stuff weak. Those are just weak human beings, weak men. And please like, share, subscribe. All right. Okay. I actually did like this episode because I did like Donnie Blaze. Uh is Donnie Blaze? Okay. George is here. Hey George.
Hey, Aaron.
What's up? Oh, I want to ask you first. How was Clerks?
Yo, it was a lot of fun, but it was also like the third act was very emotional. I didn't expect it to be like very emotional at the end.
Even Randy?
Yo, like even like Randall, it's like,
Randall, whatever.
yeah, Randall, yeah, no, like honestly, like I didn't expect this to be the most emotional I felt in a movie theater this year.
Really?
It's funny, the last time I kind of got emotional like this was like No Way Home, and now it's like
Mm-hmm.
Clerks 3 is like my second most emotional like since the pandemic.
I'm one of those people that do get emotional from watching films too. So, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I
Yeah.
think that's what films should try to do is make people feel emotion.
But before I went to the movie, I picked up this.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that you showed me a picture. Well, you didn't show me, but you showed us a picture.
Yeah,
I saw
I just unboxed it. But yeah, it's yeah, I was
Doctor
like,
Fate.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was the only one I saw in Target. And I was like, they're gonna run out of these. They're gonna have plenty of Black Adams. They're gonna run out of these. I'm taking one right now. And it was $20. Like, here's the thing: they're cheaper than Marvel figures, but yet they put so much more detail and effort into them than Marvel
the
Legends.
McFarlanes. Yeah,
Yeah,
McFarlane toys are better.
and like they're bigger, but yet
Yeah,
they're less money. So like I prefer buying them over the Marvel figures.
yeah. There's only a few good Marvel figures, but the McFarlane toys are on point. Like,
Yeah,
they, all right. I'm glad you had fun. When could regular people see that movie though? Clerks.
yo, that's the thing. I have no idea because like right, I got it through a fandom event, so and I
Yeah.
had to like go all the way to a Regal that was not far from my house, but like not that close compared to my regular theater.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, no, like it was like so emotional. There were people that were like crying at the end as well.
I got. I want to see that movie badly, man. Tell us the actual date.
Yo, so it's like I think the last day it's gonna be playing is September 18th.
September 18th. I don't even know where I can find it where I am. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think they release. I think only released in New Jersey because or your area because of Kevin Smith is like from New Jersey, right?
No,
So,
so here's the thing. I think it's like it's out in select theaters like
oh,
around I don't know if it's around the world or just around the country because Kevin Smith is going on these like tours with some of the cast members for certain screenings like around like the country.
mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I mean, maybe there's some in Canada. I don't know because I know he sometimes does events in Canada.
Oh, he loves Canada.
So I don't know,
I mean, he loves hockey, so of course he loves Canada.
but yeah, I
I
tell
know.
you, like I was lucky that like it was playing in Charleston, and I was like telling a couple of people that like that also saw the movie as I was waiting for the bus. I said like, listen, I was only here because it was in this theater. If it was in the theater that was like on the north part of Staten Island, I wouldn't go see it because of the time of night and like it's kind of a rough neighborhood over there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I went to the south, like the south part of Staten Island where less things happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you saw it before me and everybody else.
Yeah, no, I had a blast with it. And not only do I have a review on YouTube, I have a review coming up for the movie nerds about it. Because like at first I was like unsure, and then like once I got the ticket, I told my friend who runs the site, I was like, okay, I can do the review now.
Hmm. So they're allowing you to do. Oh yeah, you're allowed to do the review. Like like
Yeah.
with TIFF, all the movies you see at Toronto TIFF, right? Right? Like those movies don't come out for a few more months, but you already got the reviews.
But yeah,
But
like
you
oh,
said it's neither. That's not Metacore. 6 out of 10 is not Metacore. That's
here's the thing, the nice thing about the Phantom events is there's no previews at the beginning.
oh good.
Like basically like no, this ain't a spoiler. This is just basically saying how it's laid out. So basically, the beginning it was just Kevin Smith saying, "Thank you for supporting this film. Thank you for buying so many copies of Jay and Silent Bob reboot to make this possible." And then they did a behind the scenes of the film and interviews after the movie was over, but they weren't that long.
Yeah. Okay. Now episode 5 is supposed to be the episode with Daredevil. So okay, everybody know who's watching this. That's the episode is supposed to show Daredevil.
Oh man, and the online reactions are gonna be killer.
They're going over. They're right now. They're obsessed with Haley Baldwin. No, not Haley Baldwin. Haley Berry, whatever her name is. Yeah, I think it's Haley Berry.
Oh my goodness, good lord. I saw a video from a certain YouTuber talking about it, and his claims were just outlandish.
Why is it? Why is it? Why would YouTube want, want me to approve the word booty on here? My God, like, yeah, I don't know.
But I will say, Madisynn has become an interesting character in the series in the MCU.
I, I didn't think they can make it like a, yeah, because she's clearly there. She's clearly a Los Angeles girl with that attitude, right? Like she's inherited. She's rich, but like spoiled. You know,
Yeah,
she's clearly not from our side of the continent because nobody, no, right? And I guess it's funny though, like it's Madison. It's like Madisynn. It's not how you think like her name because that's not because when you spell Madison, it's like Madison. So they kind of made fun of it, right? With changing her name, and
yeah,
I love like the Donnie Blaze thing. The Donnie Blaze thing. I'm sorry, but that's definitely a hint. Like that's no joke right there. There's that's something they plan. That's a tease, Donnie Blaze. That's a definite tease for perhaps Ghost Rider, the actual Johnny Blaze. And I like this episode with and this is the episode. Also, this is the episode where She-Hulk was going on dates, and her first date was really boring. I forgot. So talking about himself. He had like no job and stuff like that. I remember that guy.
oh my goodness.
She was. hmm Um. Sorry, I have a slushy.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's good. I needed a slushy today. uh, um. We all know that the guy that she got interested in was only that guy that she ended up sleeping with was only interested in She-Hulk, wasn't really interested in her, right? Like
Yeah,
obviously, like most guys are interested in the She-Hulk form. Yes, neither so do I. But if she's on top of you, she'll probably kill us.
yeah. You see, like all those jokes about because we're getting hints of like flirting between She-Hulk and Daredevil, like jokes about Matt Murdock sleeping with her.
Which I guess it makes sense because they're both lawyers, stuff like that. So I guess Matt Murdock ends up going to Los Angeles instead of New York or Hell's Kitchen, right? Like, but Hell's Kitchen's in New York, pretty much. I guess he goes to Los Angeles, but that's episode 5. This episode is basically what's funny about this episode is about copywriting magic in the law in court. You can't copyright magic. That was hilarious. Remember?
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I mean, I know some people might say it's like it felt like a filler episode of sorts, but honestly, like I feel like it was good filler.
It wasn't filler. It was progress with Titania.
Yeah, exactly. Like people don't realize like the details that go along with
Yeah,
it. And here's the
Titania.
thing, like the idea of like other people using similar magic that
Hey,
the
K Dog.
sorcerers use, like that's something that can be touched upon in the future of the MCU as well.
Yeah, cause Donny Blaze, what he had the thing that could teleport, right? Right? Because you can't. Because obviously you trained at the with with he obviously trained in the art of sorcery at the same place where Wong and Steven and Doctor Strange did, obviously, but he didn't really respect it, so he decided to become a magician and and he was a struggling magician because he could tell by his audience like he didn't have an audience, and that's the only trick he could use because his tricks weren't like getting applause or anything, right? So he used the whatever he used the teleportation device on Madison, and she went to like what a demon realm, and she
Oh
remember
my,
what she explained. Like,
Mephisto?
there's no way it's Mephisto. What could she offer Mephisto in her
Oh my
first soul,
goodness.
right?
Yo, literally, like I see people already doing that. They're bringing back the Mephisto stuff. It's like they're still clinging to the idea that this character is going to appear in the MCU anytime soon.
She can't. Yeah, it's just they might be building up to that a little bit later on. Like there's hints of demonic stuff, obviously in MCU this past year, but Mephisto is a long way off. Like we can't get Mephisto without Ghost Rider or anything like that. But yeah, but like there's here's the thing. Not everything that's demon like has to do with hell. There's demons involved in other mythology, not just Christian mythology. Like so, it could be a different realm. She could have gone to a different realm, and where there's for somebody where she sold her soul. I mean, not just Mephisto. I mean, like I don't know what other mythology has a demon where you that makes deals with you. And there's Blackheart. Yeah, like Blackheart, Mephisto's son. But it is kind of hilarious how it's all about copyrighted magic, and they go to court because of that. It's like you can't copyright magic. And then it matches spoils the Sopranos for Wong. I didn't know. I didn't picture Wong was a TV guy. Someone
Yo,
watches TV.
Wong is a very interesting guy. Like as soon as like Strange introduced him to Beyonce, he got hooked on it.
Hmm.
Like here's the thing, Wong like at times comes across as this very strict and stern character, but like he has his like moments of like showing that he's carefree at times.
He'll only get strict when the magic that whatever Stephen Strange does is something that should not be done. That could damage damage stuff like in No Way Home or even the first Doctor Strange. He'll only get strict with magic if the magic is serious enough to cause a lot of damage. But other than that, he does have a laid back personality. Where right like
Yeah.
where Stephen Strange doesn't when if you think about Doctor Stephen Strange does not have a laid back personality. It's like he's not really someone you want to hang out with.
Yo, like
But
like Strange loses his patience really quickly.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
think about it. Like if Strange had more patience, or let's just say the person that was casting the spell to make the world forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, like if you had someone with more patience casting it, it would have been more successful.
I mean, like to be fair, Peter kept talking over him when he
Yeah.
was trying to cast a spell.
Yeah, that could be annoying, but again, like someone with patience would be like, you know what, this is a teenager. teenager.
He had no patience for Peter.
Yeah, yeah, literally, like he had no pay. It's like Strange is like, this is why I don't have kids.
Couldn't he just like cast a spell to shut Peter up just for that minute or something? Big hips. Shut up. Yeah, like, but I would think Doctor Strange would be able to focus even with Peter talking over him. Like, was able to still be able to concentrate. I I guess not. But I love this episode. I mean, Donnie plays well with all those little harpy demons coming out of the portal, and the
Oh
cat die.
yeah.
Apparently, the cat die, and this is when he pulls She-Hulk, where She-Hulk was about to get down and dirty with that guy. She's like, I'll be right back. Like, that's hilarious. Oh. And then Madison. They're definitely gonna become a couple. I think like Wong is not a monk, so it's okay for him to do stuff because monks are not allowed to do that kind of stuff. You're supposed to be in solitude and stuff. He's not a monk, obviously. He's a sorcerer supreme.
Yeah, it'd be even funnier if there was like a post credit scene where like Doctor Strange is visiting Wong and he sees Madison and he's like, okay, what is this?
Yeah, just a minute.
Oh my.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah, you said something about Doctor Strange to be like, "What the hell are you doing, Wong?" Yeah, because Doctor Strange should not be the one that he'd be like karaoke. No, he'd be like that. Be like, no, I don't do karaoke or whatever. Like like Wong has more of a personality than Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is an asshole personality, and Wong has a serious personality, but he has a more fun personality.
He definitely has like like more fun like personality, like knows how like what to do in his spare time.
Yeah, what do you think Doctor Strange does in spare time? Probably just right now is in the dark dimension, but whenever he was between 2016 and the first Infinity War, and then after the snap comes back, what do you think he probably did? Like just read books.
Read books, probably like pinning for Christine Palmer, even though like he knew he had no chance with her anymore.
He did have a chance. He blew it though.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like it feels like that like whole it's like that. Well, I wouldn't say he's middle aged, but like that like adult
He's
mentality of like
he's definitely in these 40s. I think he's in the 40s. Doctor Strange.
oh, he's gotta be. Well, I mean, it's so confusing now because like like some of these characters lost 5 years of their lives, like they're behind
Yeah.
5 years.
Well, Doctor Strange is one of them. You're right. But Doctor Strange was like it's like Doctor Strange and Iron Man were became heroes in the probably like in the 40s or late 30s.
Yeah, late 30s. Like I think they each became heroes.
Yeah,
So
and good for them. Good for them because they're not known for martial arts. Because if they're known for martial arts, they would definitely, as they get older, they wouldn't be able to do this stuff. They wouldn't be able to fight hand to hand combat. That's what I like about the Dark Knight. At least Dark Knight Rises, they explain that Bruce Wayne, the case like he has like a body of an 80-year-old, right, or something.
yeah.
and the comics, but he doesn't matter the comics.
Well, here's the thing. He knows he's been training for years and knows how to stay in shape.
Yeah, but even so, but you're taking on guys like Bane or Deathstroke or guys that know how to fight, it takes a toll on you, and it's. I mean, he's probably broken a lot of bones. I mean, broke his back, broke his bones, dislocated his shoulder, elbow. I mean, like Batman is human, but like you think about it, he's almost immortal because like he should not be able to walk. He should be like, but it's comics. That's comics for you, right? So, comics. Let's be honest, comics are not realistic. Batman, like, but yeah, Wongers. That's pretty funny. I like the Wongers. Donnie Blaze, the magic. I think his assistant always copies what he says. And it's funny in court when they try to press the judge with their magic.
Yeah, yeah, like it's very interesting, like how like magic gets involved in these court cases now.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, right? Like, I don't know how you could like rule on a case of magic. Hmm. Right? Like, it's like you can't copyright magic. Can you imagine if I want the law to go through? I want, it's like you said it, you know what you do? Somebody hates magic so much, they come up with a bill and they go to Congress, they get it passed. Like, magic is banned, so pretty much like, and Wong is pretty much a criminal.
Oh yeah, he's a criminal. How do you think like world leaders are gonna react to that? Like, it. Let's just say like how do you think they would react if let's just say like that spell that made everyone forget Peter Parker existed got lifted and everyone's like, why the hell did we forget who Spider-Man was or who a kid was? And
Mhm.
like everyone's like pressing Doctor Strange on the matter.
I'm I'm just curious how Peter was able to get an apartment.
Yo, like stole Aunt May's money.
Yes,
Like,
we need to come up with fake documents, like a new birth, like a fake birthday, come with a birth certificate, social insurance, all that stuff. Because if everybody forgets who he is, you have to come up with all that stuff, wouldn't he? The government wouldn't know
yeah.
who he is,
I
right?
mean, like
Like,
I'm certain he would find a way to get access to Aunt May's money and like take what left she had.
but it's not his money anymore because he's not because
He probably well,
he. But how would he prove himself? How would he prove himself to people? To if Aunt May had a will, how would he prove himself that he's her nephew? If everybody forget who he is, you have to prove himself, right? Instead of everybody knowing.
Drew, unless he does like what John Connor did in Terminator 2 Judgment Day and finds a way to hack an ATM.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I think he's smart enough to do that, Peter.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if he did that.
Yeah, but then you'd be a criminal. But the thing is, nobody will know who he is, so he might get away with it.
Yeah, no, literally, like no one would even know. I mean,
Yeah.
there's more important things going on in New York City than like some 17-year-old taking money from from an ATM.
It's good. Yeah, he did mess up. He did.
Yeah, now he's got to face the consequences of his actions.
It's like he comes back and like I don't know, Kang Dynasty, and be like, everybody be like, "Who are you?"
No, they'll still
I'm
remember
Andrew
Spider-Man, but they
Garfield
won't.
Spider-Man instead.
Like here's the thing, they'll still like know who Spider-Man that Spider-Man is Spider-Man, but they won't know who's up behind the mask.
it's it's so complicated the multiverse in Phase 4. So we got Doctor Strange will build the multiverse. We got American Chavez do the exact same thing. We got Kang. Like, what the hell? How many people go up in the multiverse? Like, seriously.
Yo, Kang about to kill some people in Ant-Man and the Wasp:
I,
Quantumania.
Rumor is he kills Ant-Man, and Cassie becomes a new Ant-Man or Ant-Woman. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I feel like is gonna be the No Way Home of Ant-Man movies.
I'm afraid they're gonna ruin Modok.
I mean, I'm not attached to that character, so like
No,
as long as Kang is fine, I don't really care what happens to MODOK.
I don't think you're gonna see much of Kang in it. I mean, we
But
know
like at
Kang's
least
in it.
like the starting like buildup of Kang, like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's possible Kang can play a similar role to what like Loki was in the first Thor film, and like maybe like Scott Lang barely comes out alive and he assumes Kang is dead, but Kang is really alive and like he's just planning out Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, yeah, because we know because what Kang did is going to still affect the season 2 of Loki, and yeah, and Ant Man and the Wasp is gonna be that's Ant Man and the Wasp is kickstarting off Phase 5. That's what
Yeah.
they said.
And here's the thing, I actually think someone will die in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium. I think it's actually going to be Wasp.
Oh shit.
I
Yeah,
think
somebody will definitely die.
I feel like that will have an
What if it,
emotional impact on Scott Lang. I don't think they're going to kill his daughter off. So like kill off like the woman he loves.
yes, you could have done this too.
Oh my! Have you ever saw like how Spider-Man No Way Home should have ended?
Yes.
Like how it should have ended. Like he just gives a
Oh.
list to like Strange that says, "Okay, these are all the people I want to still remember."
See, here's the thing. You know what the thing is? You know what makes Batman so great? He always has a contingency plan in case if people his identity gets revealed. He always has plans for that. Like, if he gets his identity revealed, he always has plans to like. He always has plans to debunk all of that. You know, Batman's always like a. It's like Batman. You know how they say sometimes people are 2 steps ahead of someone. Batman is like 5 steps ahead of someone. You know.
Exactly.
Nobody in Marvel is like that. And most no, in Marvel the comics they are. In MCU, nobody's like that. They're always like one. There might be 1 or 2 steps, but they're never like they don't think way ahead. You know, yeah, that's the
It
problem.
it's like here's the thing. There's some characters that have the potential to be that, but they don't
Iron Man was
utilize
probably
it.
closest, and
Well, here's
I
the thing.
think
Like he tried to set up a contingency plan and it turned into Ultron.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Batman has done that with Brother Eye in the comics, and you know what happens to Brother Eye? He gets hacked by Maxwell Lord, right? And like the OMAC stuff.
It's like, oh wait, where'd Aaron go?
My cleaning my computer and I accidentally exited.
Oh my! I was gonna say, oh man, where'd you go?
Yeah, yeah. But the thing about what the mistake by Iron Man with Ultron is making sure that nothing goes wrong and there was like nothing, not a virus or something like that. Because we saw is what if. Obviously, what if is different. We saw how they defeat that Ultron. They put a virus in him. They managed to get a virus in him, and that's how they defeat Ultron. If they just set up a virus in Ultron right away at the beginning, just in case it goes rogue, crisis averted.
Yeah, but again, we wouldn't have our movie.
I know.
Like, yo, I am very curious because like they want to do this like multiverse thing for Secret Wars. Will Sony ask Marvel, hey, so you know how we kind of use the multiverse to put Vulture and Morbius? How about can we have some of our characters appear in your multiverse event film? And we're not just talking about Toby and Andrew. And it's like, and they say, let's put Morbius in, let's put Craven in, and like Kevin Feige's like,
Yeah, this is right. Yes. This is when Batman started to have be paranoid about people with abilities. So that's why he created Brother Eye to keep watch all over them, and then that led up to OMAC. Yeah, but they should have Morbius at their MCU. Yes, Morbius defeats Kang
oh
in
my
Kang Dynasty.
goodness, good lord, the memes. Well, no, I can literally see like some of the MCU characters be like, multiverse vampires. What's next?
I mean, yeah, yeah. Oh, with Blade.
Oh my god. I'm so disappointed we didn't learn anything about Blade at D23. Now that I think about it.
Because I don't know. They're filming like a couple weeks, like the beginning of October. All we know is Marshall Ali is in it. as Blade, but we don't know like anybody else who's in it. Um, the rumor is the villain is Dracula.
It's
Okay,
like it's like it feels like we know more about Captain America: New World Order,
we
which comes
do
out like months later in May 2024, than Blade, which comes
like
out
more than
November
half a year
2023.
later, man.
Yeah,
Blade is November 2023. Captain America is May, so like more than half a year. And we get we know who the villain is for Captain America, but we don't know who the villain for Blade is.
and like we already got like a Thunderbolts lineup when that film's on until
Mm-hmm.
like I think August or July. July or August. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, classy. Yes, you're right. It was that time that erased his memory. And Batman was pissed off when that happened. He couldn't. And this is what strained Batman and Zatanna's relationship because obviously they're best friends since childhood. Those two, Zatanna and Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I'm hoping I'm hoping for Werewolf by Midnight. It's good. I mean, it looks interesting in black and white. I don't care if this is a comedy. So MCU is always almost everything in MCU is a comedy, but it's okay to have a little comedy and horror, and it's who cares whether if it's a comedy. It'll be fun. The movie. I mean, a short film. It looks
You know, well, make Grace Randolph Hal.
fuck.
Oh my god.
I need to
Oh.
put that in here. Is that clip still around? I want to put this one on
Oh.
my Okay,
Yeah.
possibly.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta put this in one of my clips in here. I gotta save that clip. Her howling.
Let me
At
see.
least she has personality, though. At least she has.
Yeah. I know. I shared it like what day was this? Like I think it was like during the weekend.
It was a
Trying to-
weekend, yes, because that's when they revealed it on Saturday.
All right. So let me see. Because I'll
Well,
put the link. I'll give you the link to it.
send it to me. Send also to me DM so I could put it in as one of my things.
I,
Yeah,
I
use.
already I already put it in the private chat. I'll DM it to you as well.
Okay. Thank you. I got it. Thank you. I got it. Is it possible I can save this? Oh.
I like, oh my, like, I, oh my, it's like, I like. Here's the thing. I used to be a fan of hers, and like, I don't know. It feels like this past year she's just lost it.
I think she's been more hateful of things, hasn't she? Like
Not like, and I'm not just talking Lord of the Rings. Like ever since Jessica Chastain won her Oscar, it just feels like she's grumpy.
Grumpy
Like
Grace
she
Randall.
was very nasty towards Snyder fans on Twitter when she was enabling them at the beginning, and
Yes,
then
she
all of a
was.
sudden, and all
She was talking positive about the Snyder stuff. I remember that.
yeah, and she was like even saying, "Oh, it might happen with Zack Snyder, it might still continue." And then like this year, all of a sudden, she's like, "It ain't gonna happen. Leave me alone."
Yes, yes. Because the stuff she said was making it might happen. That was bullshit on her part. That was all a lie. She like you could tell she likes to like the rally people, not rally, like whale people up.
Like here's the thing,
She
like
loves to get.
she's trying to say there's a fight between Lord of the Rings fans and Game of Thrones fans.
No, there
Where?
isn't.
There's none. There's none. I like what I am so like I don't even know what her thoughts are on She-Hulk. Like has she been like hateful towards this show or like
I think she's okay with it.
all right, because I know like I feel like the some of the Marvel projects she's
I
kind
have
of
no
also
idea.
been harsh towards. But yet she loved Morbius and got offended when people questioned why. Like here's the thing. This is what I don't understand about her. So like she gets very offended when like about her opinion when people make fun of her opinion on Morbius. Meanwhile, she was doing all she can to find ways to defend people, find ways to prove that not everyone liked the Suicide Squad because she didn't
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah.
Like, she is bizarre. She has gotten bizarre.
But she, you know what? I'll give her credit. She doesn't rant like a certain camper. Oh,
Yo,
oh,
oh my goodness. And here's the thing, he's got the luxury of streaming from his jacuzzi. I wish I had a jacuzzi.
yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry if you stream in your jacuzzi. That's just I'm sorry. That's just weird.
Yo, he's like putting thumbnails up, looking like a playboy.
Yeah, I'm like I find it creepy.
Midlife crisis much.
It's creepy. It's creepy if you're like streaming from your jacuzzi. I'm sorry, that's creepy. I think no.
Oh my god. It's like a midlife crisis he's going through because he's 50.
I thought midlife was like 40. It's bad.
Yo, like, maybe it was. Maybe he's going through it 10 years late.
10 years late.
It's like,
I'm sorry. It's just creepy. Don't you find it creepy if somebody streams from the jacuzzi?
I just find it like weird.
Yeah, yeah. Was Anne with them?
Oh, I
Oh
don't even know. I ain't going down that road. I ain't going down that road with John Campion and his wife.
no, no. But it's like, but that rant. Oh my god, he was pissed off at Disney because he's lucky that man. After what he did with No Way Home, why would they invite him?
Yo, exactly. And like teasing those pictures, then talking about Tobey Maguire's crotch.
Yeah, the fuck was that? Like,
It's like
why?
it's like here's the thing, like imagine if he got a hold of those Superman pictures, which turned out to be fake, but he assumed those pictures were from Black Adam. And he said, if you look at Henry Cavill's
It's
crotch,
funny. It's like, yeah, you know what? It's funny. He claims he's not a scooper, or he doesn't like put stuff like he doesn't like put rumors out like scoopers do, right? But he does
yeah,
have the Spider-Man stuff. Like, what? Come on, like you know what you were trying to do there, and don't say you're doubling down. And he tried to double down on the Andrew Garf, not Andrew, the Toby Crutch thing. Like, no, he's sneaky.
yo, like, and then like earlier, like a few days before D23, that clip came up of him like using the N word during his Transformers 2 review, and like the way he said it.
Oh yeah, I'm like, it looks bad.
Like, I know he wasn't trying to be racist, but the way
No,
he's first of all, the way he said it was cringe enough.
the thing is, Transformers. The thing is, it really looks bad. He wasn't trying to be racist there, but that Transformers two, it made those two
Yeah, yeah, it
Autobot.
did.
Yeah, I like that. That's to me that's cringe on Michael Bay or whatever. On that part. So I understood the context. He probably shouldn't say the N word, right?
Yeah,
But
he shouldn't have.
yeah, I understand he should he should have worded it better or sarcastically done it better. But that didn't ruin it. I mean, back then you wouldn't get canceled for saying the N word. And I said like the only person that got canceled for going off for being racist was probably like Michael Richards of Seinfeld. That's the only time I remember someone being like canceled and stuff is from Michael Richards. You remember, from Kramer from Seinfeld? You remember when he made that racist tirade at a comedy on stage? The hecklers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously now, if you're a comedian, you're not safe, right? But you have to be careful what you say, even if it's a joke, even if you don't mean it, because as a comedian, your jokes don't mean anything, even though there's some truth behind it. Like, because as a comedian, your jokes are usually detailing about your life, right? Now, the good comedians always talk about their life, right? And how they like to make fun of their life, right? They get people to laugh. But now you gotta be careful though with that. Even with that.
Yeah, you gotta watch out, like in
Yeah.
this day and age. Of course, we know there's some people that just don't care like what they say anymore.
Like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm honestly surprised, no one has asked Kevin Feige yet about the She-Hulk twerking.
Mm, he probably thought it's fine. He didn't care. He doesn't care.
No,
Like
I just have to laugh. These people think Stan Lee would be outraged,
they're
but like Stan Lee would have been like joining in on
face.
it.
I realize the MCU, Marvel, and MCU, Phase Four. They're starting to go after the people who criticize, who like defend the menace. They're starting to go after them.
Yes.
Like even Brie Larson, they're starting, or not just in MCU, but in Star Wars, like Moses Ingram, Ewan McGregor. They're starting to go after them because they want to bring awareness to this. This is not okay. I remember before they didn't go after them, but now it's actually getting bad. It's getting worse. So they actually go after him. And the Brie Larson thing was with that interview. She was being sarcastic. Like she was being sarcastic, and then that picture of her Instagram and Twitter is about what the troll stuff. You know what? Good for her because I was there when last year she's having a charity stream on her YouTube channel playing a video game. I forget which game it was to raise money for a good cause. And it was about 2.5 hours long. And the Defend Minutes came to invade her stream and do what they do best, bitch about her.
I have to
And
laugh. Like a lot of these guys that are calling this Marvel the MCU now. Let's
yeah,
be real
those
here.
idiots.
Most of these MCU women are pretty, they're good looking, they're beautiful. They would never get a chance with with women like them. They would
No.
and because women like them, first of all, they wouldn't give them the time of day because these people are so full of hate. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're so scorning of and here's the thing, like some of these women are a lot younger than these guys, so it's really creepy.
It's yes, you know what? I know it's usually the older people that are the defend the menace. We're older. It's guys like, yeah, you're right.
Like here's the thing, them going after like if the actress that plays American Chavez, that's creepy because that girl's still under 18.
She's like 16 now.
Yeah, she's a minor.
Yeah,
So like that's like I don't know why you're going after a child still.
she doesn't. Yeah, and you know what? She's not a phased by. She doesn't care to go whoever.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce her first name, but I know her last name is Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez. Yeah, I can't pronounce her first name, so that's why I said the actress. So
Yeah, I just know her last name
like
is
the
Gomez.
actress of Miss Marvel they go after. The girl's 19. She's old enough to be some of these guys' daughters.
And what else is she? She's Arabic.
Yeah.
Like
But meanwhile, she's probably the most excited out of any of the Marvel stars for like the future of Marvel.
because I think she's more genuine of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I think some of the stars in the MCU, well, I think they like some of the roles. I think they're just there for the paycheck, honestly. And I don't think some of them even get like they get because Marvel. Let's be honest, Marvel gives them the biggest paycheck because when they do other movies, newsflash, their paycheck is not as big as they get from Marvel.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Like when they do other movies, they'll get seven figures. In other movies, it'll be seven figures, but for Marvel, they might get eight figures. No, no, no. Yeah, they might get eight figures, right? Like in the 10 million range. But from other movies, even the top actors from other movies that nobody really like is not a big blockbuster movie, like Marvel movies, DC movies, Jurassic Park, the Fast and Furious, their paychecks are usually in the millions, or it's
Yeah.
seven figures, right? In the millions, not the 10 millions. Or if they do TV shows, it might just be six figures. That's why a lot of them do a lot of movies.
Yeah, but again, it's like I don't know. It just there's just something weird about these guys going after like
Yeah.
women that are like still in their teen years that are in their like in their early 20s or even mid 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just something weird about it. Like not just the misogyny, but just the creepiness about it.
Oh, yeah. It's
Like here's the thing, they're going after that actress. They're gonna go after that actress in the Little Mermaid remake. Like
they
that
are
girl's
right
like a few
now.
years like younger than me. It's like I'm pretty sure this girl is like young enough to be
She's
like
22.
Okay, she's probably still young enough to be like some of the older
Hmm.
people in the Phantom Menace's daughter, like the guys that are in their late 40s or even mid
Hmm.
40s. And like the thumbnails that they've been doing with her like have been really terrible and disgusting.
Yes.
Like it's just like like for they don't like for these stars, like yeah, these stars get a lot of money, but here's the thing, they're also human beings. Like think about how excited some of these people really are to be in these projects.
Hmm.
Like Halle Berry or like the girl from Miss Marvel. It's like these are like exciting things for them.
Oliver, yeah. Yeah. Like it's 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 just sad on their part. Their views are so old fashioned, narrow minded. They don't open up their mind that to the world that there's people of different color out there, that there's different people with different sexualities, stuff like that. It's just a very closed minded group, and it's a very they say it's a small minority. It's a small minority, but they do have a large presence,
Yeah, listen, like here's the thing.
influence.
Channels like Geeks and Gamers, like they got like a lot of subscribers. Like they built their brand like and have gotten so many followers. And like here's the thing, like with the Little Mermaid thing, here's how I see it. It's a Disney live action remake. A lot of those tend to not be good. So there's ways to criticize this movie without saying it's woke or it's gonna ruin my childhood, this and
Hmm.
that, whatever. Like, but it's like you're acting like it's a sin against humanity. It's like this is for like a younger generation. Like that's
Hey,
how I
some of
view
them
it.
probably think it's a sin against humanity because probably a lot of them are very religious.
I don't know if
I mean, would you
like
be
you
surprised some of them are not religious? They're probably very religious people.
like Sean, like like Sean O'Rourke, obviously, like he did that video like with like his daughter and like how excited like
Yeah,
his daughter was for like the Little Mermaid. It's like
she did.
we're
But she,
we're out of the range for this film. Like this film's gonna mean a lot more to little kids than us.
and you know what? Racism is taught. That kind of stuff. It's not. It's kids learn it from their parents or society around them, the area around them. Right? If
Yeah.
right, that's how they're taught. Like, and I'm pretty probably most of the people in the fandom are raised in society. Were raised like that way.
Well, here's what I say. Like racism is top. Here's the thing. I feel like everyone's at a certain age where they have to make a decision as to whether or not they embrace that or think for themselves.
They'll
Like I
tell you
feel like
they'll be like, oh, it's about freedom. They're the ones who always preach freedom, usually, right? They don't know what that means.
it's like, but again, it's like now they act like they care about the whole She-Hulk thing, like because like they're so outraged over episodes 3 and 4 of She-Hulk. It's like, dudes, like first of all, you don't really care about this. You just want to get an outrage out of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like here's the thing, where were you guys when Wonder Woman basically raped a guy in Wonder Woman 1984?
Oh, I know there's people that talked about that, and guess what? Not defend the menace people.
No, Matt Jarbo.
Yeah.
Like it's Matt
So
Jarbo, who is the least fandom menace
yeah, he
person
goes.
out
I
there.
get antagonizes him all the time. Yeah.
Exactly, and yeah, he was the one
Yeah.
that continues to bring it up. And he's like a diehard progressive for crying out loud.
Yeah, he
And he's
is.
the one that keeps bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
And yet like we're gonna be outraged over like what seemed like was consensual in She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh my God, heel versus babyface. I don't want to say the R word on here, but you know what I'm referring to.
Listen, he's a jackass. I'm gonna
The
say
guy
that.
doesn't make sense though. He doesn't. Some of
He's
the
a
stuff.
glue sniffing jackass.
He's a blowfish.
It's like, oh, like first of all, like out of all the men, he would be the least likely to get a date with any of these women,
Well, he'd be at
or
least
any woman
that he'd be
on
like
that level of beauty.
he'd be at least likely to get any woman to do what he said. Let's be honest.
For goodness sake, like no one would want to like.
Yeah,
This might sound mean, but who would want to wake up to face that every morning?
a blowfish. I
Like
can't
that's
believe he's
not like you're saying. I don't want to sound mean, but it's like this guy's like insulting people, and it's like, dude,
wasn't he? Oh.
like he's being like very like,
Do you remember last year when you listened to Max Channel? I think it was him and Star Wars Girl or someone like talking about Captain Carter having muscles.
oh god,
Remember?
like.
And they're like against women having muscle for some reason
And
too.
meanwhile, there's quite a few people on the internet that have a kink for that.
Yeah, yeah. But he versus babies. That statement on Twitter, it was such a stupid thing because obviously he didn't watch the same show we did. Hey,
Yeah, it's
Erica.
like I'll be honest, like it's taken me a while to kind of really enjoy She-Hulk. It's really been episodes 3 and 4 that have
Yeah,
really
3 and 4 are
gotten
great. Yeah, two was
me into the
boring. Two was
show.
boring.
Like, but look, here's the thing. Even if I land up not enjoying the rest of this series, and I know, and I'm most likely gonna at least enjoy the next episode because Daredevil's gonna be in it. But even if I don't enjoy the episodes afterwards, it's like it is what it is. I'm not giving up on the MCU because of that. Like to be honest, there have been other projects in this phase that I probably could have given up on the MCU more so than here.
I, you know what? I never give up on the MCU
But
because I don't want
and
to.
that's exactly because here's the
Because
thing. This
I don't want to miss stuff. That's the
yeah.
problem.
But here's the thing, even still, like despite maybe some of the missteps, it's like we've had like the highs of this phase have been very high.
Yes, I think that.
Like Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi, WandaVision, Loki, like
But then, then then they have some very lows like Thor: Love
yeah.
and Thunder. Despite I like Thor: Love and Thunder. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people think I don't like it. I liked it for a little bit. But I do have it does have major issues in that film that they could have done better. Like make gore more frightening, tone the comedy down a bit. Moon Knight I like up and down. Miss Marvel I liked a little bit. It's just I don't know. I really did like Hawkeye.
Yeah, I like Hawkeye a lot. I like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness a lot. I like Miss Marvel a lot. Like you have those few projects that, some people say, "Oh, they're good," but like I like probably more than
And
most
you
people.
know what? Here's the thing: we're never gonna get Disney Plus shows. Are never gonna be great. It's not gonna be HBO or Netflix. HBO and Netflix, or even Amazon, their shows are top quality. We're not, and I know Netflix has a lot of bad shows, but when they have a really good show like Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, it's top notch quality. The Disney shows, whether it's Marvel or Star Wars, they're usually not top notch quality. CGI wise, they look good, but story wise, usually not top notch. Like the
Yeah,
writing,
it's
yeah,
but again, like here's the thing. I look at this phase as kind of similar to phase 1 where
it
you
is
didn't
Phase
really
One.
have yeah, like where you only had really two great projects, which were Iron Man and the Avengers.
And,
Although because there's more projects in here, you
and
have a few more better projects.
they're not rushing it, but they're making the phases shorter this time around because phase 1 to 3 was like a decade basically. They're doing this in like what from 2021 to 2025.
Yeah, I feel like if I was in charge of Marvel, I feel like this is how I would do it. I feel like Kang Dynasty should come out in 2026, and then 2027 is Secret Wars. At
Yeah,
least give like a little bit of breathing room.
I think it's because some of the actors from the first phases, it's probably like the contracts are up, and they want to get them in one more movie or two, and then they can move on and then focus on the other actors that came in 4 and 5 and 6, or 7, 8, and 9. I think I said because I know John Cheadle said right now Armor Wars is his last Marvel project that he's committed to because his contract is up with
Yeah.
Marvel, right? That's what he said with Armor Wars.
Yeah, I think also like Chris Hemsworth says he has no idea like what's going on, like Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
phase
Marvel
one
doesn't tell
guys,
them. Marvel doesn't
like
tell them. It's true.
it's the phase one guys that like literally
Some of the phase 2 people too. You're gonna see a phase 2 also very soon. But yeah,
Because like here's the thing, I feel like there's a few other extra stories you have to tell before King Dynasty. For
the
example,
thing is,
I
the
like
thing is,
you
my worry is if we don't have Thor or like we don't have Black Widow, we don't have Iron Man, we don't have Captain America, well, Steve Rogers. But once we don't get Thor or like Hawkeye, the original five, and the eventually Scarlet Witch is gonna go. Obviously, like I think Scarlet Witch is almost done too. Honestly, I think she might be done too. Um, then the Vision, like then you got like then you're gonna have then people are gonna start turning away from Marvel because the original like the top notch Marvel characters are not there anymore, and they want to see Iron Man against I don't know the X Men or like Captain America or Thor or whatever.
or
They want to see
interacting with
Spider Man, Doctor Strange.
Mr. Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah,
The
the Mr. Fantastic, like the Fantastic Four, Spider Man, maybe Doctor Strange for a little bit. I don't know how long Doctor Strange is because Doctor Strange came in Phase Two, right?
Phase 3.
2016 was three.
Yeah.
Okay, Phase Three. So we don't know how long he might be. Doctor Strange might be focused on the multiverse stuff, and he might be done after. He might not be in the next phase because I think 7, 8, 9. I think that's the X Men phase. I think we
That's
have
gonna
Fantastic Four and Spider Man in that phase.
I feel like it's gonna be like Phase 7, 8, 9 is gonna be like X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and I think Galactus will be like the big baddie in that arc.
Yeah, because we know some of the Guardians are not coming back, right? I know Drax for sure is not coming back. Like Batista he's one of the few actors who was not very pleased about being in the MCU.
Yeah, it's clear that he's done.
Hmm. And and this is gonna hurt a lot of people. My hot take is based on how they're going to Guardians 3 maybe a story about Walker Raccoon. I think he might die in that movie too.
Yeah, I think so too. Because he was one. Because first of all, of the original Guardians, he was the only one that didn't get snapped away.
Yes, that's right.
So
And,
like
and
technically, he
Nebula,
hasn't
the
died.
original
Yeah.
Guardians, right? The original Guardians, but yeah, Nebula came after. Yeah. Hmm. You're
So
right.
like, considering he was the only one that like survived the snap besides Nebula.
And I'm telling you, Thunderbolts. Some of the Thunderbolt members are going to die in that film. They just have to. You have to have, at
Yo,
least have
I
one
think
person die.
it's probably gonna be John Walker,
You think it's John Walker? It might be
or
Ghost.
it could be
Well, yeah.
it could be
I think.
oh god,
I think it's going to be Red Guardian
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Red Guardian.
because you
Because
got
I think
Elena in there, right? You have a
yeah, like they're
connection.
gonna add more emotion for Elena,
Hmm.
like have her lose someone else.
Yeah, because and yeah, I think I think that's the case
I tell
there.
you, there are some members. There should be some villains that should be on that team, but they're not, and it's a missed opportunity.
Bucky should. I know Bucky in the comics was on the Thunderbolts first time, but this Bucky, he's not. He's reformed, and when he was a criminal, he
He's
wasn't
been
really in control.
he's been cleared of his crimes.
Yeah, why is he on Thunderbolts team? He's not a villain
Unless
or an
they're asking
anti-hero.
him to play the Rick Flag role of the
No,
team.
he's not. He's not even an anti-hero.
Unless they're gonna make him like the Rick Flag of the team, where he's gonna keep the other villains in line.
And I'll say this: while Lena tried to kill Hawkeye, I won't say she's a villain either.
Yeah, like that's the thing. She's not a villain. Like here's the thing. The like here are two characters that I feel like would be perfect for the Thunderbolts team, but are most likely not going to be in there. Abomination
He's not in
and
it. We know
Vulture.
that. Yeah,
Because here's the thing, Vulture would have been a perfect fit on here because he's a bad guy, but he's not but he's not like evil. But again, where is he? In the freaking Morbius universe.
well, let's go team up and take down Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
let us
again,
know what
take that.
Spider-Man that is.
But like, wouldn't he be a better fit for this team, like, than some of these other characters? Aaron, I think you're muted. Or your mic is off.
Didn't Ghost powers go away though? Did Michelle Pfeiffer's character fix her?
Well, weren't they either, or were they trying to fix her and then the snap happened?
I don't know. No, she could have still got no, but I think she fixed her before the snap.
I don't know. I gotta revisit Ant-Man and the Wasp before Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium comes out because I feel like that's like the MCU movie I've rewatched the least amount, along with a
Yeah.
few others. Like I gotta
Mm-hmm.
rewatch that before Quantumanium comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Like
we see Scott Lang become a celebrity in Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania.
he becomes a celebrity, he becomes a full of himself. I hate that.
Oh my
Scott Lang is not
god,
someone that's full of himself.
not my Scott Lang.
No, like no. I think so. Definitely somebody in the like if it's not Scott Lang or Ross, I think it might be Ross's maybe one of his her parents. Maybe it's Hank Pump him. Maybe he gets killed off.
Yo, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think this is gonna. I think here's the thing. A lot of people think Scott Lang's gonna die. I think he's gonna live, but it's gonna like freak him out and scar him, like in
Yeah.
ways that no other threat has. Like similar to how like Green Goblin has kind of scarred Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Quantumanium's gonna be like similar to No Way Home, where like the first two films of this trilogy were very lighthearted, fun superhero adventures, and then the third film, like shit's gonna hit the fan, and like there's gonna be a big realization for these heroes.
Oh yeah.
And like I think Wasp is gonna die because first of all, I think there's been some controversy with the actress that plays Wasp.
There has been. I don't know. There's been controversy with Shuri's actress too. That
Oh
she's away.
yeah, yeah. Well,
That
who knows what's going on there?
and the rumor is she might become Black Panther. So, but here's the thing: is I don't know if that rule. I don't know if that rule is in effect anymore with Disney, where you have to be vaxxed anymore. I don't know if that's in effect still. Probably not, but I don't know. It still could be.
But yeah, like I think like Wasp is gonna be a likely one. I tell you, if they kill Scott Lang's daughter in that film, I think a
They're
lot of
not.
people a lot of people are gonna riot.
No, no. She's not gonna kill the daughter.
No, no, she's gonna be saved for a young Avengers project probably.
Yeah, she's definitely being she's she's definitely become a young Avenger, or if she become the next Ant Man or whatever. Hmm. But yeah, Kang is definitely gonna do something in that film.
Yeah. And here's the thing, a reason why I think like they need to like wait a year for King Dynasty and then 2 years for Secret Wars is because I feel like there's more stories to tell. Like for example, the mid credit scene of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Like we know Strange is off with Clea, like dealing with incursions. Like I feel like shouldn't that be like shouldn't we have like a Doctor Strange 3 right before King Dynasty? Or
Hmm.
maybe like in between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and we're like wondering where's Strange during Kang Dynasty, and Doctor Strange 3 is why he wasn't in Kang Dynasty, and then he appears in Secret Wars trying to fix everything. Like they gotta do something like there's gotta be a Doctor Strange 3 even either before Kang Dynasty or before Secret Wars.
Yeah. Well, because I'm telling you this, because everybody's saying is Kang is the big bad villain. Maybe he is for most part. Doctor Doom.
Here's the thing. I know it's a long shot, but there's been those rumors that Doctor Doom could appear in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, like post credit scene or something.
Yep.
That could be a big way to that could be like a Thanos level post credit scene.
I think that's what I think. Doctor Doom comes into comics. He's very instrumental in Secret Wars, and I think Doctor Doom. I think. Here's the thing. I think what leads to Kang. I think Kang will be in Kang's dynasty. Everything will be going Kang's way until Kang's dynasty. Right. For that film, I'm like, no, it's not winning yet. So I don't know. I don't have any proof. But for that film, Kang is winning. Everything is going Kang's way. Here's the thing: the Avengers, whoever's there, they defeat Kang. And they think it's safe. They think it's safe. But Doctor Doom turns the tables on him and reveals that he is the motive. He's the true villain of the whole thing, and leads to Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, that will definitely like that will not be a surprise.
I mean, yeah, do a twist there. Do it. Everybody says Kang is the next big villain of the next three phases. Do a twister. Do a twist. Do something big like that. Make Doctor Doom. Make Doctor Doom the real villain. Do it.
Yeah, like that could work off very well in my opinion, and I think it'd
Yeah.
be a good redemption for Doctor Doom on film after getting two crappy versions of him.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, because this is Doctor Doom. What does Doctor Doom like to do in the comics? He likes to protect Latveria. Don't get me wrong. Right? He cares for his country and stuff like. But he's power hungry. He wants to be like a god. He'll do anything. He'll try anything from magic, from science, cosmic. He'll do anything. Right? He's greedy for power. Right? He wants to be like a god. Right? He'll steal from God from like the Beyonder, the Watcher, wherever he can get it from. That's what they have to do with this Doctor Doom in the MCU. Make him like that. Make him godlike. Try to get him like godlike. And to do that, to have him become to the point where he's godlike in the Kang Dynasty, the Avengers defeat Kang, and with the help of Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom helps him, but Doctor Doom betrays him at the end.
Yeah, like to me, like that would be an interesting concept, and it would and like because here's the thing, like you don't want to do like some kind of like ending that's similar to like Infinity War, where like Kang comes out on top. Have it where like Kang like loses, but like it's just barely. But like when the Avengers think they're victorious, but they're also tired, Doom takes like a power hold
Yeah,
and like basically like betrays everyone and says like thank you for helping me. Now it's my turn.
yeah. And you know what? If it haven't been villain for Secret Wars, and you know what? If they don't want to kill him off in Secret Wars, have him for the next phases, and they could do a redemption from Doctor Doom because Doctor Doom at times has been redeemed in the way of a good guy.
Yeah, especially if like Galactus is going to be the big baddie for phases 789, which is obviously a long time away, but it's like I can see that possibly happening.
Yeah.
And like here's the thing, like I can see like them using phases 7, 8 and 9 as like villain redemption, not just for Doom, but like introducing the X-Men and then you have Magneto eventually in there. Like I can see like Doom and Magneto like teaming up with whatever Avengers are still left, the Fantastic Four and the X-Men to take on Galactus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But my thing is like this is what I don't want Marvel to do for Phases 7 and 9. Don't like bank everything on Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and the X-Men just because they're your three most popular brands or well-known brands.
Yeah, I think
Because I feel like that's what's going to end up happening.
I agree. I think it's leading to that conclusion as well. I think it's heading that way. We're gonna, especially 7, 8, and 9. I think we're definitely getting X Men 7, 8, and 9. Spider Man, maybe. Yeah, I can see Spider Man, but like, how long was Tom Holland want to be Spider Man for? Like,
Well, here's the thing.
I know he's young, but like,
If at most he says, "Okay, I'll do a few more of your MCU movies and I'll do one more trilogy, but that's it." I can see them spreading it out like this. Fourth film happens before Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. 5 and 6 happen in 7, 8 and 9.
okay,
That's
spread
how
him
like
out.
if that's how I would spread it. I can see him agreeing to a spread out in case
Yeah, because
he's like negotiating.
he's been Spider Man in a lot of movies, right? Like 2016, he was in Civil War.
Yeah,
17, he was Spider Man. 2018, he was in the Infinity War. 19, he came back in Endgame. And 19 also was in a Spider-Man film. 2020 was a wash. But 2021, he was Spider-Man. He's
yeah.
been like Spider-Man 5 or 6 of those last 6 or 7 years in the MCU and slash Sony.
Well,
I
I
think
don't know. Like,
no other actor has done that.
well, here's the thing. This is what I can see happening. I was telling one of my friends this. So I think Marvel is mostly done with the contractual obligations. They are done giving out the long-term contracts, except for Tom Holland because that's another company, Sony. So I can see Marvel and Sony offering him a Robert Downey Jr. like contract
Yeah.
for like the rest of the multiverse saga, where he maybe gets one more film in the saga, and then he appears maybe Fantastic Four and King Dynasty and Secret War. Because I can see Fantastic Four being the one other film he could be in the MCU besides the Avenger
Yeah,
movies.
look, because the universe that Vulture's gone into, they need a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
So, and then I can see them saying, okay, we'll give you two more movies after the big event films, and like then like whatever happens in phases 7, 8, 9. But again, that he's the only actor that I can see them giving a big contract to, and that's because there's another studio involved.
yes, and that studio may want to give him contract. So,
Because here's
yeah.
the thing, he's also connected to Uncharted, so Sony doesn't want to lose him either, because he might tell Sony, listen, I love playing Spider-Man, but I also love being in the MCU at the same time. Like, and like the actors in the MCU seem to like him a lot, so it's like there's a mutual like pinning. So like if so Sony's obviously going to say, okay, we'll just do another deal where you appear in these certain movies or in the MCU, and then we give you another trilogy of sorts.
Hmm.
But again, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I see as a higher priority because he makes a lot of money for money and he gets a lot of traction. But again, like outside Spider-Man, what other heroes that were introduced in phases 3 and 4 could we see go forward after Secret Wars?
Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, maybe Moon Knight. They've been
So I can
introduced. Shang-Chi, maybe.
so Shang-Chi I can see like Kate
Internals.
Bishop and Miss Marvel more so for like young Avenger movies.
Yeah. Internals.
That yeah.
Um, maybe the Yelena, the White Widow. Whatever comes out in the future.
Yeah. It
I
just
just
feels
think,
like some of these characters would be like side characters or like the secondary heroes in other hero movies,
yeah,
I feel like.
most of the sidekicks are going to become like the main focus eventually, and I think that might turn away some Marvel MCU fans because they're not getting like the A-listers anymore or the
Like here's the thing,
B-listers.
I like Kate Bishop and Yelena, but I see them playing like Widow like roles in certain heroes movies.
Mm-hmm. And in the comics, that usually doesn't work. When they try to make the mantle of like of right, it usually doesn't work like that, and well in the
Yeah.
comics, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
so for me, like I mean, I know it's a long time away, but Marvel they gotta like plan out and figure out okay what characters are gonna be
yeah.
our faces.
I think personally, 10 years, the MCU is done.
It's gonna reboot. I feel like.
And yeah, and when they reboot, they can start fresh with every character they have in Marvel, right? Except for Spider-Man, stolen by Sony. If Sony stole Spider-Man by then, but the X-Men and Fantastic Four, they'll have complete control at the time where they can start from scratch.
Yeah, but again, like even still, like they can do something different with these characters. Like let's say they
Daredevil,
also
Daredevil, Daredevil be one of he'll be one of the
yeah.
co-leads, but he's not a new lead. Daredevil's never been like that though.
And Kevin Feige has said like Daredevil and Spider Man are going to be leading the street hero side of things for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, like they're street heroes. They're more the vigilante side of things.
Well, here's the thing, like I can see Marvel do and Sony also like if they decide to reboot the MCU, also take do a different version of Spider Man, but like instead of like him starting off in his high school years, it's a version of Spider Man that's like got like 5 or 6 years of experience,
Yeah,
and they go
yeah,
in
we don't
older
need any more
directions.
high school Spider-Man because you got that from all three of them.
Like
There was high school Spider-Man. They all
like
started in high school.
they can reboot Spider Man, but like taking
Yeah,
it in a similar direction to Ben Affleck Batman, where he's been Spider Man for so many years,
yeah, or
and
the
it's been like a
Batman where
war
he's
and
just
torn.
Batman for 2 years. Like we don't need high school Peter Parker anymore because the first Spider-Man movie in 2002 was in high school. Andrew Garfield was in high school. Well, all three movies of Tom Holland's trilogy was in high school too. So
Yeah,
we don't. Maybe yeah, I agree. Step away if they
like
decide to do a reboot of Spider-Man eventually. Step away from the high school stuff. Have him as a veteran Spider-Man.
if they reboot the MCU, have Spider Man actually be one of the older heroes for once.
Yeah.
Like he's like one of the first heroes. Like he's been been a hero for so many years, and maybe he does
I'm
like a and
Toby.
like the other heroes like seek him out. Well, maybe not Toby, but like maybe get like an actor that will be like in their like early to mid 30s that's like that can play like a 10 year like experienced Spider-Man.
I agree. Like, yeah, that's
Like
a
that would
good
be an
idea.
interesting take to start the franchise off that way.
Mm-hmm.
Or like do what the PS 4 game did where it's like at least like 6 to 8 years.
Yeah. And then you have a veteran Peter Parker, and then you can introduce Miles Morales.
Yeah, like cuz yeah,
Mhm.
Matt Damon as older Peter Parker according to Class C in the chat. You know what? Here's what used to bother me with Matt Damon and superhero castings. They wanted him to be Robin and Ben Affleck's Batman. It's like Matt Damon is 2 years
Because
older
they're
than Ben Affleck.
friends,
But here's the thing: Matt Damon's older than Ben Affleck.
but because they're best friends, that's why they wanted him as Robin. He
It's
doesn't.
like it's
Yeah,
like.
it wouldn't make sense. That'd be so weird. That'd
I
be
mean, I
like,
get it. He looks younger than Ben Affleck, but still.
yeah, but oh my god. And from my understanding, Matt Damon really hasn't done. I mean, he's been in some movies where some action, but from my understanding, he hasn't done like where it involves combat. Like, oh, maybe the Bourne stuff. He has, I guess. That's the closest thing, right? Where he's done actual
Yeah.
combat. Yeah, if he can act first.
Um. Oh, do we need to have? Oh, so what? So Olivia Wilde can be director and producer.
Yo, Marvel should if it's MCU or Sony, they should say she should step away from Olivia Wilde after
Oh
the
my
stunt she pulled.
god.
And if she's planning to make a film for an MCU, remember Florence Pugh was an MCU.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Good lord. Oh my.
And so is Gemma Chan.
Yeah, and like who knows what Gemma Chen has to say? Because like it seems like Gemma Chen and Florence Pugh actually got along pretty well.
And and the thing about spitting on Chris Pine, I didn't hear anything about Chris Pine like being trouble. Like nobody said anything about Chris Pine being trouble on the set
No.
either.
Yeah, no. Apparently, it sounded like him and Florence Pugh also had a very good relationship. It was mostly Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde that were like problematic.
Well, well, yeah. I'm gonna end it here, George. But thank you for coming
All right.
on. Plug your
Anytime.
stuff, then I'll plug my stuff. Go ahead, George.
All right. So you can just find me at the George. I'm no longer just George, and I just reviewed Clerks 3, and I'm trying to plot out my next set of reviews or streams. So just catch me whenever I'm doing a stream or doing a video.
I do too. I do too. One question: are you curious about the Dungeons and Dragons movie? Chris Pine in it?
Oh, there's a movie?
Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, Chris Pine's in it. Yeah, he's starring in it. Coming out next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Thank you for that, George. So go follow him on. Well, subscribe to him. You don't follow on YouTube, but
Yeah.
same thing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, She-Hulk episode 5 non-spoiler review will go up. It's be a video, not a stream. Also tomorrow, week 2 of NFL predictions will be on my sports channel called the Sporting Life for week 2 NFL. It better be a better week for me than last week because I lost money. And yes, George, next month we'll be doing an NBA preview. Don't worry. And tomorrow tomorrow night I'm doing D23 panel about if was D23 a letdown or what. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. And Saturday, well, I haven't set this up yet, but Saturday back to She-Hulk episode 5 spoiler review stream, which I should have done episode 4 last Saturday, but oh well. D23 happened and yeah, it ruined my day. But yeah. But yeah, be sure to check it out, guys. Like, share, subscribe, smash that like button. Oh yeah, smash that like button, or I'll send Deathstroke out on you guys. Take care, guys. AWA
Yeah.
is out.